So I never do something like this, but I figured I'd do it with you guys. But I picked up my first truck ever, and it's right here to the left of me. Let me show you what I got, and let me know what you guys think. And I'll wait to the end to tell you how much I paid for it. So I picked up this 2001 Ford F-150 for a steal of a deal. Again, I'll go into that later, how I got the truck. But basically, long story short, I bought something off Facebook Marketplace. The woman was moving to, I believe, Colorado. And I said, hey, you know, if you're ever looking to sell your truck, just let me know. And lo and behold, a few months later, she reached out to me, gave me a deal, and this truck is now mine. Let me show you a little bit about it. The hood struts don't work, so that's going to be one of the first of many problems we're going to need to fix on it. But for a 24-year-old truck, it doesn't look too shabby. Yeah, it looks like the battery terminals could be cleaned. But yeah, she starts right up. No major modifications. She was owned by an older woman who just used it from hauling stuff now and again. And really, this thing hasn't seen much use. It has over 100,000 miles. And again, everything I'm going to say is in reference to it being a 24-year-old truck. That's pretty darn low mileage. New Mexico, we get a lot of sun. So obviously the sun has done a little bit of damage here on some of the trim. Some of the paint is kind of coming off. But again, like I'm going to say with all of this, a 24-year-old truck. So I think it looks pretty darn good. You know, there's some cosmetic stuff, but ultimately I'm going to be using this to haul stuff and move stuff around. So I don't really care. I'll be honest with you. And the nice thing is, I don't know if this is factory or if this was like an upgrade, but it has a bed liner, covers the whole thing. So don't have to worry about scratching and rusting up things. And again, living in the desert helps, but I mean, not too shabby. I mean, a little bit of rust here and there, but darn, I'm not going to complain about that. She did say that the only damage that it has experienced is this little gash right here that I guess her neighbor did when he was pulling out his vehicle. So it's not terrible, and honestly, you could just replace this. But you know, again, it's a work truck. I don't care. I really don't care what it looks like. We got some tires that look to be in good condition. A lot of tread life left in them. You know, yeah, it's nothing fancy. I mean, I bought this to have something to haul stuff, move equipment. So really, I'm not looking for anything too crazy. And this was perfect, absolutely perfect for what I was needing and what I was wanting. I will say the one thing that does already bug me about the truck is this hood cover. I don't know, maybe people like it, but I don't really like the similar color. I would prefer if it was just all white. So I might remove that, but you know, we've got some bigger things to work on with this vehicle. Let me show you the inside. Again, for a 24-year-old truck, it's in great condition. It was used by an older lady, like I said, and really, besides, you know, normal wear and tear, it looks great. It really does look really nice in here. I mean, she had her dogs in here, but I'm going to have my dog in here too, so I guess, oh well. Overall, great condition. Come here in the back. I've already kind of made myself at home with some moving blankets. There's a little bit of tools in there. But yeah, this back row, which will be great for, you know, if we ever want to bring people and they can sit in some of the most uncomfortable seats known to man. It's like 90s trucks were definitely the least comfortable seats. But, you know, it's great. And I know a lot of folks that have these from Facebook groups that just love having the extra space in the cab for, you know, keeping stuff safe or out of the weather. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do to the truck. I'm not going to do anything crazy with it. I mean, I don't like throwing money at vehicles unless it's necessary, but I think a toolbox in the back might be nice. So if you guys have recommendations or suggestions that you've done maybe to your F-150 or to honestly any truck, would greatly appreciate the feedback. But all that glitters isn't gold, so let's talk about some of the issues that this 24-year-old truck with over 100,000 miles has on it. And there's no order or rhyme or reason to which I'm saying this, just things as I'm kind of seeing them. One of the first things I noticed was this little cup holder, which I guess is a very common issue. I believe there's springs here on the back that can break and keep this cup holder hyperextended. I'll see if I can even get it out, but that will need to be addressed. I can probably replace this fender flare, but don't know if I really care enough to do it. But maybe I'll see how much they run on Amazon for kicks and giggles. Let me show you what's underneath the vehicle. So, not bad. I mean, very, very minimal surface rust. One of the great things about living here in the Southwest is you really don't get too many rusty vehicles. Overall, no major leaks. Looks like the differential looks nice. Oil pan looks good here in the front, but let me show you the back. Though if we go up to where the transmission and engine meet, unfortunately we have a little bit more of a noticeable leak. I'm thinking this is engine oil. It looks like it's either coming from the rear main seal or it could be coming from the oil pan. It's hard to tell. Try and get you closer, but you can see it's all over the place here. But as my buddy says, it's not an old truck if it doesn't leak something. So maybe this is a good thing. One of the first leaks I did notice was from where this drive shaft comes into the transmission. Looks like this seal is leaking. It's not bad. The transmission fluid level's fine, but obviously that's one thing. Again, 24 years old, you'd kind of expect to go bad, and looks like it's left us a little bit of a, it's helped us with rust prevention. This key fob doesn't work. You can see nothing is responding. And we've got a few bulbs around the car that are needing to be replaced. Not a biggie, but this shift indicator is kind of sloppy, so it's hard to know what gear you're in. Right now, obviously, it's pretty easy, but once you downshift, it's kind of hard to tell where you're at. And this brake fluid, yeah, I would say that needs to be replaced very soon. The fluids look okay, but who knows when they've been changed last. I know the oil was changed recently, but gotta look at the filter, gotta look at all sorts of stuff, and I want to keep this truck running a long time. I heard that people can get up to almost 300,000, if not more, miles on it. So. And even this 24-year-old AC system blows cold air. Thank goodness. And one of the first things I want to address are these very, very dull halogen light bulbs on the headlights. And my friends over at Oxito sent over some headlights, so let's check them out. I appreciate them hooking us up. So let's replace the lights. So if we open up the hood, come back here, behind the main headlight, you can see right there is the socket. So now I just want to come and pull this plastic clip off. And there's this retaining ring. Loosen that. Twist it to the counterclockwise. And then that should just pull right out. Got our old here on the left and the nice new LED one. Let's swap them out. It's hard to tell the difference on here, but I love the soft color of that LED here on the left. The old one on the right, oh man, it's so much brighter. Let me show you. So we got the halogen there on the left, a little dull. And look how bright. This is not even the bright setting, the LED is. So the driver's side was a little bit more difficult just because the coolant overflow tank was positioned right behind the light bulb. I could have removed it, but I had no tools on me, so I wanted to see what I could make happen. And honestly, if you just remove the airbox, you can reach your arm around toward the back of the light and repeat the same easy steps of removing the connection, loosening the lock ring, and pulling out the old light, and just doing everything in the opposite order, and it's that straightforward. The gloves that Oxito includes in their kits is also a real added bonus because you can see how dirty your hands get in this process. And now check out this difference. Freaking awesome. Thank you so much, Oxito, for these lights. If you want something similar for your truck or vehicle, check out the link below to get some of your own. They're awesome, high quality lights. I have them actually in both of my other cars, and they're phenomenal. So now the question I'm sure you're all asking, how much did I pay for this thing? Well, if I tell you, you might not believe me, but I only paid $3,800 for it. The lady was an angel. I mean, I know it's usually people are trying to scam you and rip you off, but I've driven this thing for a few weeks now, and I just absolutely love this truck. So thank you, Cindy, very much for this truck. I don't know if you'll ever see this video, but it's definitely going to be well loved. And again, if you want to stay tuned for all the upgrades and repairs I'm going to have to do to this truck, hit that like and follow button, and let's make this journey together.